So the first problem that we're trying to address is the ineffective practices when it comes to climate education. Because the practice nowadays, a lot of the time, is a very top-down approach where we're focused on informing and diagnosing the problem. And while that may do wonders for informing students and informing youth with raising awareness, it also has the effect of rendering them desensitized, disengaged, and distanced from the impacts of the climate crisis. So with Baligtarin Mo, we tried to propose a new innovative way to teaching, where instead of the traditional classroom setup, we expose the youth to experiential learning and art workshops, where they have the space to draw from personal experience, generate meaning, produce their own reflections, and to imagine solutions.
Experimentation comes in when we look at pedagogical tools and approaches, and even in exploring learning spaces, especially those that are outside the bounds of the four walls of the classroom. In particular, we have ecological immersion in natural spaces, and these activities will afford our participants the opportunity to reflect not only on their relationship with the environment, but also their relationship within the environment.
So the Baligtarin Mo project essentially plays with the question, what does the youth think and feel about climate action and biodiversity loss in the country and in general, no? So for this particular activity, what we want to do is develop a set of learning materials, including a deck of cards. A deck of cards which on one side contains an artwork and on the other side contains a piece of writing. That's why it's called Baligtarin Mo, turn it around. The term Baligtarin Mo, or turn it around, means several things. Number one is that the card itself turns around. No? On one side, you have the writing, on the other side, the artwork. But it also means that we are in a position to actually turn things around when it comes to the current state of our climate and biodiversity. It's an opportunity also na baliktarin natin na rather than in your conventional classroom, it's a teacher, the adult teaching the younger ones. This time it will be the younger ones teaching the adults given what they feel about biodiversity loss and what can be done about it. And lastly, it's a turning around because the learning happens or the discussion happens not in the plenary halls in the senates, but inside the classroom.
We plan to collaborate with different units, departments, and partners here in the university. So for example, we would like to collaborate with the Department of English, Communication, and Fine Arts for our projects. And then we also would like to have outdoor activities such as collaborating with the Ateneo Wild so that we can allow our learners to be cognizant and as well as immersed with the environment.
Our outputs are also not limited to the Turn It Around flashcards which inspired our project. We also will encourage our participants to make use of other forms of creative output and creative work that will reflect their aspirations of climate justice and their idea of what a more just and resilient future looks like for them. Because they will inherit the future, we hope to give them a platform and a voice in shaping that future.
While informative techniques are important for raising awareness, Baligtarin Mo really sees the importance of touching on the emotions, the dreams, the feelings, and the ideas of youth to transform the culture with regards to the climate crisis. And one last problem that we see ourselves addressing is that of the difficulty transforming engagement to action, because reality is that a lot of social obstacles and social hierarchies make it difficult for the youth to have their voice heard. So Baligtarin Mo provides the youth with that platform to produce their messages, not just for the general public, but specifically for policymakers for educators, for institutional leaders.
We would like to connect with the youth, in particular our students from the basic education, those from the Loyola schools, and even reach out to those from the public schools as well, because we believe that they will be able to inspire through their artwork and through whatever medium that they would like to present their vision, their advocacy on environmental conservation.
These activities will contextualize the climate crisis for our youth participants. And of course, as this is a transdisciplinary undertaking and essentially a science-art collaboration, we do look forward to other opportunities to explore ways on how each of us can still contribute more to the team as new insights and ideas emerge.